Okay, everybody. This is, of course, the Great and Glorious, New Famous One Day Nick Dutch back again one more time for another expression of whatever the heck it is that I tend to do. Of course, on this channel, I do things such as tarot readings. I do, on the other table there, runestone readings. We get out the Ouija board periodically. Nice, scary bit of like, ooh, scary. Or basically not really. Not quite sure why I showed you that bit of footage of me lighting the oil lamps, because apart from the fact that I like them, I think that they're fun, they look good, and I developed a bit of an obsession with oil and paraffin as a technology itself, and I think that maybe in the summer I'm going to do even more research into the different types of fuels you can put in an oil lamp and see whether I can get an environmentally friendly equivalent of this like class 1 paraffin which I'm using at the moment. It's a fun obsession. It's it keeps me interested in life, and I like things which have light and fire in them. And on top of that, when thinking about this in terms of like a heat generator, I mean, I can keep these two oil lamps going in this room, and I calculate based upon the quantity of oil usage, each one is producing about 250 to 300 watts worth of heat. Okay, so two of them is like a 500 watt heater. Alright, but there is an issue with air purity with these yellow flame systems, so I'm looking into other ways of doing it just for fun and recreation really. But on the other hand, today we are going to do what we do. Today we are going to do things with tarot. Why are we doing things with tarot? Because I do tarot. I am a professional tarot reader, over 16 years worth of full-time professional experience. And I work online, I work on the internet, and I do Zoom consultations now, as well as Facebook video, if that's the sort of thing that you're interested in. And I help people out with a wide variety of different subjects. So, let's get on with today's reading. So there we go, today's reading all going to be about I don't know either. Alright, with many forms of performance arts, you can get a bit of rehearsal done, can't you? If you're an actor on a stage, you can get some rehearsal done. Alright, if you're a tarot reader, or a psychic or a clairvoyant, you're on the spot. And you have to do everything on the spot and think on the spot, and react with your clients and with their problems on the spot too. It's actually quite a hard job. People say things like, oh no, he's just one of those weirdos who's interested in tarot and runes and astrology and crystal balls and all that stuff because he's weird and he's thick and he's mental. But no, this is in fact like a real profession. This requires real skill, real knowledge and understanding to be able to do well, and ethically speaking, which is even more important than just doing it well. Quick look at the oil lamps yet again. You can see after a couple of days we've got a bit of blacking on the chimney already. Okay, that shows you it's an imperfect burn, but never mind. Right, what's happening in your life at the moment? Imagine this reading was cast for you. Alright, I will obviously discuss it in a bit of a broad language because there's different types of people who are going to be watching this stuff, so it's there for everyone. But when I'm doing a private personal reading for you, it is tailored to your situation and to your life. Okay? Right, first and foremost, a feeling of instability, not stability, a sense of a feeling of purpose that has been twisted or contorted somehow. Alright, so something which is stopping you from seeing things clearly and thinking things through clearly, and also a sense of there was a path, there was a goal, oh no, I can't quite reach that goal now. That's why the Ace of Discs is reversed, it's not upright, okay? There's a twist, there is a kink to the meaning. The meaning is not reversed, but there is a kink or twist to it. Sometimes it can seem reversed, taking into account the other cards which turn up, as well as the meaning and the interaction of the energies between all of these things. So let's start off with this idea of a particular goal or a particular target cannot quite be reached, or you can't quite get there. What's happening then? Then a bit of a sense of self-criticism, self-reflection, maybe thinking, oh my god, I was stupid to have those ideas in the first place, which maybe you were, but also maybe you weren't. Maybe there was like a deep soul reason for you to start developing those ideas and thoughts and feelings and fanaticisms and obsessions and ideas and views as to where you should be going, without objectively looking at how to actually make your life work in a better way in other ways. Alright, but then from that time of contemplation, that time of rejigging of the mind, of the emotions, of the thoughts, feelings and intentions and associations, there then comes healing. So then you can see what you were trying to achieve, alright, but you were doing it wrong. All right, then something else happens and you start to get a bit more development, and you can start to see things differently and do things differently, and then start to move further forward. Still taking into account maybe the genuine, and I'm going to use the word genuine with a capital G here, the genuine reason to why you wanted to start whatever this thing was. What were you genuinely trying to get away from? What were you genuinely trying to approach? What were you genuinely trying to achieve? Not what you thought you were, not the thing which was associated with the hobby or interest or job or relationship or whatever it is, and your vision and fantasy about that, because a lot of the things we think is thinking isn't actually thinking, it's fantasy, and we have to be objective and real about that. Okay, so this is like reality coming, but it's also reality coming with a strong healing theme. And the strong healing theme is about sorting out life and sorting out problems and sorting out issues so that you can take your desire, your drive for success and achievement and solving all of your life problems and put it into a very real, more appropriate, clear-minded attitude. Okay? Sometimes you need to do different things. Go for a walk into the countryside, chat with a friend, go out for coffee, do something to change your mindset or to change the environment so that your thoughts can be different. Alright, and I think giving yourself greater depth of spirituality when you're looking at your thoughts and feelings is probably like a really important thing at this stage in your development, possibly, if of course you decide this reading is right for you. Alright, if it isn't, there's a comment section down there to let me know. Okay, and if you like it, there's a comment section down there, again let me know. I don't always get people thanking me for my work, you know what I mean, alright? But then the final sign here we got in the card reading. This is what's really interesting, because all of this seems very analytical, very contemplative, very thought-provoking, very much to do with trying to generate better ideas. And then we got this feeling of victory. I mean, this particular period here comes over to me as being like a block or an obstacle needing to be shifted. It's like there's a stream full of debris, of leaves and sticks and the rest of it. It requires really good downpour to like flush all that stuff out. And that's kind of like relating to how you're processing things intellectually and emotionally speaking. Okay, you've got to do some cleaning to the way in which you're looking at life. But this is victory, this is strength, this is a positive and proper sense of direction and achieving things which is right for you. Okay, it's not a question of doing what you've done before, which is things that you thought was right for you but maybe wasn't. It's a question of genuinely doing things which is genuinely right for you. Alright, based upon this period, maybe over the coming few months is going to give you that sense of extra perspective. I do believe strongly that the winter is a time like a dream time. We don't get as much daylight. We don't, we're in this like seasonal affective disorder thing. We're in this like contemplative stage. I think that we're all dreaming in the winter. And because of that, when we come to the spring and there's more sunlight, we can then start thinking through, okay, what are we going to do this year? You know what I mean? So that's why now is a time for creative problem solving and creative contemplation about what's really holding you back, so that this next feeling of, okay, change and progress and victory can start to become manifested as a result of right action and, more importantly, right thinking. Alright, because we're humans, alright? We have emotions. The emotions direct our thoughts so that we then justify why we've got an emotion, and we think the justification for the emotion is the cause of the emotion, when often it isn't. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay? Comment section for you to comment on. Thumbs up, because, man, I at least deserve a fucking thumbs up. Jesus, come on. Alright? And, of course, click the bell, because the bell is pretty important, alright? So have a look at my channel, go click on my channel name, go to my channel page, have a look at my old videos, use the search facility, do some learning from that. Also have a look at my About Me section, see if there's anything there which floats your boat. And if you really, really, really value me as a good quality person who can like teach you stuff and like help you to understand what's going on in your life, then there's the super thanks facility. If you can't afford to give me any money that way, then obviously don't worry about it. But if you can, a couple of dollars that way would really make my life a lot easier. Okay, because I'm just a poor little fortune teller boy. I ain't ever going to be rich, alright, you know what I mean? But I'm working hard to try and keep you guys in a state of clarity and positive spirituality.